Hey, what's up guys? Talent back with another video. I'm going to do a little play test of Modern Warfare Warzone, and I'm going to do that with no undervolt because the previous video I recorded with shadow play, so you're losing a little bit of performance there, just doing the internal recording as opposed to an external recording. And then I had an undervolt and max fan on with that, and then I had some people kind of wondering about how I got the temperature so low or if they were real. So I'm going to do a play test with no undervolt and then with max fans, and then I'll turn the max fans off and we'll see how hot we can get the CPU temperature to go. Something you have to keep in mind is if you play on lower settings and you get higher FPS, what's going to happen is utilization is going to go up, and that is going to cause your CPU temperatures to creep up as well. So depending on the settings you use, keep in mind that your temperatures may be slightly different from what I experience. I haven't tested this game personally with no undervolt and without max fan, so I'm not quite sure how hot it's going to get, but I'm assuming it's going to get a fair bit warmer because of course you're not using maximum fans and you're not shaving off those temperatures by utilizing the undervolt of the CPU. So what I'm going to do is I'll just show you guys the laptop so you can see that, it's just sitting flat on a kitchen island here with just the power brick in the back. So pretty standard setup. That's good enough. I think that'll do. And we will load up the game here, and again I'll use max fans, so we'll max those out. And actually before I do that, I'll show you guys the hardware info 64 here, so you can see there's no offsets here. So we're at 0, which means nothing's been undervolted. And then PL1 set at 90, PL2 is set at 200 watts, so we shouldn't have any issues with any sort of power throttling of any sort. And then you can see here in XTU, no undervolts, and it is in discrete mode because the iGPU is not showing there, but we can just verify that really quickly. The other way you could verify real fast if you're in discrete mode is just go to the NVIDIA control panel. So if you don't have this full control panel like this, and you only have these options up top under 3D settings, you're not in discrete mode. You have a laptop that doesn't have a MUX. So one of the two, so you guys can see discrete mode there as well. All right, so that is set up. And let's start the fans, max fan, and we'll hit play. We'll just jump into a practice match with Warzone. I don't know if there's a difference in performance. There may be. If you guys know better, you can let me know below. Okay, so I was testing out. We're gonna switch it to keyboard mouse. Turn that down just a little bit. I was testing out playing this with an LG OLED 4K TV with G-Sync just to verify the HDMI 2.1 is actually 2.1. There's no issues. So that works flawlessly. So if you do have an LG OLED TV and you're looking to use this or a newer TV that has HDMI 2.1, 120 hertz and 4K, it works perfectly, and adaptive sync works perfectly. G-Sync worked flawlessly. 12-bit color, HDR, G-Sync, everything over the cable. It's pretty awesome. So if you're looking to buy this and you want to play on like a couch or whatever with a controller, it's definitely doable. So I'll show you the settings real fast. They haven't been changed from last time. Why it changed that, I have no idea. Apply on that. So there's 100% resolution scaling, 1080p. We'll actually make it full screen. I doubt it'll change anything else. Okay, so that's locked in. 300 FPS in game, and then the menus and everything else are kind of limited so it doesn't just go crazy up here. But other than that, everything should be, these were changed. Warzone does some weird stuff with settings occasionally, or it'll just turn things off that you had. DLSS is activated, so we're going to turn that off because that wasn't being used before, and this was the anti-aliasing we were using. All right, that looks all correct to me, looks good. So again, there's no undervolt on this. We are using max fans right now. So private, we'll do battle royale. All right. I'd like to keep this video just around 10 minutes. So I'm not gonna play for a super long period of time here. Probably a couple minutes on each and call it good and get it uploaded, because it's recording in 4K just to give you guys the highest like video quality. All right, so about 170 frames behind the plane, 180, 185, 186. How do I jump? Oh, it won't let me. It's like, it's trying to like teach me how to. Okay. Oh shit. I'm gonna die. Why does it look so shit? You guys see that? It's like, it looks terrible. Why is that? Why does it look so grainy? Everything's kind of flickering. So it's running like 60s, 70s, which is pretty close to what we had last time. And it's getting higher FPS, so it's gonna drive the temperatures up. I just have a pistol, so. Let me check the settings real fast. Did it modify this? No. It just looks sort of grainy for some reason. Like something looks off. See, like, why is that flickering so bad? It looks really grainy. Is that just Warzone? Is that just honestly the way that looks? It's never looked like this before. It looks pretty bad. Is it just like a draw distance? Maybe it's just the practice map that does that. Okay, so where are we at? We're still, yeah, we're definitely mid 70s right now. So without the undervolt, it's pushing temperatures up quite a bit. My field of view is way too high. I have it set from when I was playing on the 4K, so we need to actually reduce that. Can't see anything. About 100 is what I like to use for a 15-inch screen. There we go. What is this gun? Never used it. Thought it was a shotgun at first. Alright, so it's getting warmer. We can see, like, I would say averages is around 70s, mid 70s. So we're gonna kill the max fan. Let's see how hot it gets if we just run auto fans. At about 170 frames a second, 180. So it's definitely gonna heat itself up, without a doubt. Now we're at about 80 degrees Celsius. Fans are really quiet though, so that's nice. It's pulling like 1800, 1755, 120 watts to the GPU. CPU's pulling 52 watts. Again, averaging about 80 degrees Celsius with the fans on default with no undervolt. Hundred and 90 frames a second. It's crazy. Mid 80s now, low 80s, somewhere in there. Again, idle fans or default fans. So we just peaked at 90. So I think if you want to hit 90 degrees Celsius on your CPU, don't use an undervolt and run the fans at just auto. And yeah, it's like mid 80s still. These are still like super controllable temperatures, and actually it's quiet. It's like a quiet gaming experience. If you don't even mind having basically like 85, 82, 80, 83, 82, 83, 78, 87. If you don't mind having these like mid 80 temperatures, you could definitely just run your fans really quiet and still have a super fast gaming experience and not have to worry about it. Now it's peaked up to about 90 there on some of the cores. But still, like 14 nanometer CPUs, we're hitting 90s, no problem, even with like undervolts. And then, you know, with I had an Asus G15 for a little while, which had liquid metal on it. It's a smaller laptop, a little bit thinner, but even with maxed out fans in Warzone, I was hitting into the 90s without a problem on that CPU, and that had liquid metal and was pulling less wattage and didn't hold as highest clock speed. So definitely the FPS weren't anywhere close. I think with that laptop, you really have to figure out ways to get above like 90 to 100 FPS, just because it seems to have sort of a bottleneck somewhere in there. I think it's because it doesn't have a mux. All right, we'll leave that. So hopefully that was helpful to some of you guys out there. I'll make a quick one. I'm gonna make it a separate video, and I'll do another one with just an undervolt idle fans, and we'll see what the temperatures look like. I'll upload both. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next video.